It's a Wednesday. It's not raining today. I got some energy, so I'm feeling up to, trying to make this video. What are we even doing today? A couple things. I want to put the front bumper back on this pig. Take that duct tape off because it doesn't need it anymore. Jeez, those fucking pipes. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to put the front bumper on. We're going to put the grill on. And I'm going to do a little bit of tuning just to get the idle a little better. See if I can make that nice, because it does stall out. If I let it run by itself, it'll just stall. Probably because one of the fuel tables, I was messing with it earlier while I was putting a new timing map on it, and the fueling map is just all over the place. So I'm gonna take some out down low and add some in up top and try to keep this thing in a safe and apply the long-term fuel corrections. And yeah, the car's basically tuning itself. It's a nice feature, so we should be good. So one thing I got to do before I put this bumper on, I got the best bumper, the best looking one. All the other ones were all cracked up and shitted up and just done, but this one had both of these are broken on both sides. So there's a little tab here. Oh, there it is. I'm an idiot. There we go. It's got a zip tie on it already, because I tried just looping it along this, but of course it fell off. So power tools. Drill some holes. Yeah, make this thing a little tight. That is some thick plastic right there. That's good. And another one on this side. And more or less the same spot. There we go, good enough for me. I really don't care about that stuff. Just trying to hold the bumper on so it doesn't fucking flop around and get caught in front of the wheel and whatnot, looking stupid. Let's see, I got some zip ties somewhere in here. There we go. So basically with this bumper, I just hold it in with the 3 front clips here. I don't fuck with these. That one's kind of easy to get out, but I have to take the corner light out, and that's just annoying. These two, I don't know how you're supposed to actually put these two on, because they sit directly below the headlight, but you can't put the headlight in, at least not with its bracket, without taking the bumper off. So it's a little interesting. I don't know what's going on here. I got like 5 washers stacked up, I think. Yeah, something like that. Because it's just that bar. I don't know what's going on with this radiator support. Obviously it's cheap China made, not OEM, so that's why it doesn't really work too well. But that hood latch is sitting a bit low, as you can probably tell, because you can see the edges of the fenders are sitting above the hood. But I'm gonna get hood spacers for the back, just because, Hot Boy Honda, and that will hopefully fix that a little bit. I can add some more washers, but I think that just central bar, it lines up with the grill, but it just doesn't line up with the hood latch. I think the whole thing is just a little bit screwed up. It was shipped in a box, but who knows what happened before it was in a box. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw this bumper on. Yep. Alright, so the Accord is looking fresh again. Yeah, I didn't close the hood all the way. But yeah, it's got a bumper back on it. I ain't doing nothing special. Just dressing up. There's a car meet tonight. I'm going. And this hood really is having bad days every day. Ay. There we go. Good to go. So, my laptop's dead. I threw it on the charger before I put the bumper on, but obviously the bumper took like 2 seconds to put on. So I'm gonna have to wait for the laptop to charge up a little bit, and I'll be back down here in about half an hour. Do some tuning. Kinda. It's like 8:50. I'm on my way to the car meet. I tried to play with the idle a little bit. Still popping and banging and being weird and whatnot. It's rich sometimes, lean sometimes. I'm just gonna sit here. I'm gonna be data logging get a nice record of that and see if there's anything weird going on. The car is drivable, so that's not a problem. It's just at idle once in a while when I've started it and let it warmed up, it's a little funky. It'll stall or like stutter and be weird, and the fuel seems to be like good, like but then again, I don't know if the exhaust is fully sealed all the time. There could be a leak in it, so fresh air could be getting into it, so it could be actually running richer than what the AFR gauge is reading. So, and a lot of variables. I'm gonna head to the car meet and see how this goes. It's the next day. Got home from work a little while ago. It was still raining out. Finally stopped raining. It's about, what, 8 o'clock? Yeah, just past 8 o'clock now. Sun is quickly setting, and the Accord has a new issue. Not really new, but more noticeable now. The oil pump, I think, is failing. So I already got a new oil pump today, and I got an oil pressure, or well, an oil gauge, oil pressure gauge. Cheap one, 20 bucks, AutoZone. It's the only one I could get today, besides like a really expensive AEM one. And even then I wouldn't have been able to get that today. I still would have had to order that for tomorrow or next week actually. So I'm just gonna hook this up a little dirty, and just to check the oil pressure. I'm gonna drive the Accord around the block real quick after I let it warm up and see if the oil pressure is low. Fun times ahead. I put a new sensor on there, and it's the same wiring harness as the old engine, so I don't think it's grounding out on anything. But it just, the oil light flashes every once in a while. It'll stay on sometimes, and sometimes it'll turn itself off. So yeah, we're gonna get an actual number out of it instead of the dummy fucking oil switch that it has now, which is just stupid. Yeah. Luckily I have an oil filter adapter for the feed line for the turbo, so I'll just take one of those fittings out and we'll be good to go on the 1/8 NPT fitting that's on this shitty ass nylon tube. I hate these mechanical oil pressure gauges, but it's what we got today. Yeah. Alright, so 15 minutes later, I got this gauge installed. Got a tube and the thing with the gauge and the stuff. Alright, so we're going to do a live start here. Let's see if we get anything at all. I don't need no clutch. Oh, that's a good starter. Oh, that's awesome. That's very awesome. Oh. Hello, Gauge. You decided to join the party. Well, that's ice cold. I know, and I've got 1540 diesel oil in this thing with a quart of Lucas stabilizer, which is super thick. So it's probably closer to like a 50 weight. It is ice cold, but I mean, that's some fair oil pressure. So it looks like I can return the oil pump. But I really should let this warm up, and I should drive it because that's when it gives me the oil light. I'm so happy I might not have to do the oil pump on this engine. It's kind of funny that the gauge stuck at 0 for a second there. I wasn't at all surprised. But yeah, we're sitting right around 80. I know that these VTEC Honda engines, I like to be around 70. But yeah, that looks like good oil pressure. At least what this gauge is telling me. I think it's pretty accurate. Pressure gauge is a pressure gauge. I'm gonna let this warm up a bit, and I'll see if it drops down. Really, I'm looking for anything that's near like 30 to 40 at idle, which is decent. It is going down because it is warming up, so that's, yeah, like I said, I'll come back to you when it's warmed up. Had a little issue. didn't tighten the fitting on the back of the gauge tight enough, and I am going to guess that the fitting on the oil filter, I guess it's a sandwich plate. I called it a filter, an oil filter adapter, but that's not correct. It's a sandwich plate. I'm going to guess that that one's also loose and also leaking oil. But this car's not going anywhere anytime soon. Just don't pay attention to the little AK-47 little firecracker pops in the back, you know, just working on it. I'm going to get a, not an expensive, but a cheap one that has an alarm, just like this eBay boost gauge I have. This thing works wonders, and you can set a boost limit and it'll flash red and beep at you if you go over that, over boost. That's awesome. James actually gave that to me. I think it might be around like 25 to 30 bucks, but that thing, it works really well. It's full electric. That's what I'm going to do with the oil pressure. I should have enough room to put an oil sender on the somewhere back there, and yeah, just wire that up like normal. Crisis averted. I do not have to do the timing, even though I bought an oil pump and I have a timing kit. I was going to slap that on there, but I saw how good condition it was, the original stuff, so I didn't touch it. Because we're here for a good time, not a long time. Yeah, I'm just going to check under the car real quick, see if there's an oil leak. I'm not driving this thing. I don't know why I'm checking that, but I'm going to check it. And yeah, actually, I'll do that right now. That's an option. Hello, CL. Hello, flashlight. I did use a jack stand, by the way, guys. You'll be proud of me. It would be dripping oil. Let me see. Oh, it's getting weird, guys. Right in this area. A little wet from the rain earlier, but no oil. So I guess I did a good job on that. Or it's still just finding its way down the block. But I mean, it was pouring in the, I set it right on the gauge clusters. Oh my God, it's just filled with oil right now. Yeah. All right, so I think that's gonna do it. It's got oil pressure. We got a good oil pump. I guess the oil pressure switch or the wire to it has failed. I don't really care. So like I said, gonna get a digital gauge. We'll be all set on that. And I guess that's going to be the end of this video. So I just want to say thank you for watching, of course. Make sure you like the video. That helps the video get recommended to more people. I'll see you in the next video, which, again, will not be about the Accord. Like, this Accord is just such a pile of garbage. My fault, because I'm being cheap. Really cheap. Because why would I spend $8,000 to $10,000 on a built engine, an H22, a real turbo, a manifold, an actual custom-made manifold, custom-made exhaust, all that fun stuff, and expensive-ass injectors? Why would I spend all that money? Good night, guys.